broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outcasted OC, the latest podcast. We have got Clash at the Castle on the horizon, so grab your iron brews because we're going on a journey to Scotland. Let's go. And our special guest today is actually going to the event. Larry, how you doing, man?
I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to this one.
I'm looking forward to having you, man. Like, obviously, I watch your videos all the time. Seen you live, been in your lives. I love your videos. So it's great to finally have you on the podcast.
Yeah,
are you excited for Clash? Whereabouts is your seat?
So if you've got floor, middle tier, top tier, I'm in the middle. I'm on the hard camera side, so I'm hoping
nice.
that I'm gonna do something crazy. I've got to do something crazy to try and get spotted.
I literally thought you were going to say like the tiers, and then you were like, "I'm top tier." I mean, like, oh,
you should crowd serve. You should cost Damien the title. Like that should be like the crazy thing you do. Do a run-in, brother.
I'm going with Johnny Goldsmith, so I'm hoping that me and him have got something up our sleeve to do something mad.
You know what you need to do? The two of you need to get an LA, and then the other side of you has a night sign, and you just flip it at the same time.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's painting it up right now. If you're going to help him with that, that's great. If you're not, he's probably still going to do it himself.
He's told me
he's just behind the camera in front of him. He's like, "Oh, damn it! I'm going to have to come up with a different sign now." Oh, so we've got 5 matches on the go. We might as well start off with some Scots in the match. Let's start off with the tag team match. We have got a triple threat tag team match I said tag team a lot there. For the women's tag team championships, we got the champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, and the hometown girls Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Now, Ross, I'm going to start with you. Who have you got and why?
Do you want to update Lariat with the points first and how it works?
I'll do it after this. I'll do it after this because I'll get the first points in the books and then I'll break it to him because it's
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, I would love, but I already know I'm just going to play safe because I really need the points. This couple of past ones have been whack. I'm keeping Bianca and Jade Cargill. I don't think their title reign is coming to a stop anytime soon.
Right. Okay. Court, are you feeling the same?
This is probably the one match that I'm most torn on in terms of how I feel about it. I think if it was just a match between Shayna, Zoe, Bianca, Jade, I would easily just go Bianca, Jade. But I think the insertion of the hometown heroes, that being Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and with it being a triple threat, it makes it a little bit more unpredictable. And I do remember us saying a couple of weeks ago that we can't see a situation where Jade and Bianca lose clean. They're going to lose by some form of another team capitalizing off a moment that they're not able to, or just their downfall themselves of having a miscue in the match and not being able to work together. So I feel like this is an example that's really going to test the team in terms of can they actually work together in a bigger setting like this. I'm going to play it safe as well and go Jade and Bianca. While I'd love to see Zoe and Shayna win, and I'd love to see Alba and Isla win, I can't see it just yet. But yeah,
I'm inclined to agree, but I'll give my thoughts a little bit later. Larry, how are you feeling about this tag match, dude?
I think this is the only Scottish part of the show where we see them win. I'm going with Alba and Isla for the win on this one, and I think we see a bit of a confusion or a bit of a feuding coming with Jade and Bianca. Is it too early? Possibly, because they've got tag teams on the right people at the moment. And I think that if they were to lose the championship at Clash, does it have the same significance as what it should do? I don't know, if I'm honest. But in my heart of hearts, I genuinely believe that Alba and Isla will win this match for sure.
No, well, that's more than a fair opinion, to be honest. If it was to give my 2 cents on this, it would be the fact that I think you're right. This is literally maybe the only match like unless we get like a surprise where the Scots are coming out with I wouldn't say a definite victory, but like more than likely, more like than any other match. With Alba and Isla, you've got a unique opportunity here. I mean, on Raw, they got made to look awful. Like Alba Fire just got battered by Shayna Baszler for about 5 minutes.
Literally, in my review when I was talking about it, I feel like I hadn't got enough time to talk about it because literally, like, it was over just like that. And I was like,
I swear to God, it was embarrassing. Like, Alba was in the ring just screaming in pain while Shayna was battering her, and then she like choked her out. I was like, oh, that makes him look amazing for Clash. But on the same side as this, and I bring up a point Larry just made. Is it too early for SummerSlam, Bianca Jade? My answer is no. Because you have got, if we're waiting for a WrestleMania match between Bianca and Jade, it's a long build. Yeah. That is a very, very long time. That's not just 6 months. That's nearly a year. I think the fact that I don't think that rivalry has that much steam in it. I am interested to see Bianca versus Jade, but I don't see 10 months of build in that feud. So I'm inclined to think that I would rather see that match have a blow off, maybe a rematch at Survivor Series or whenever. But I would rather see the big match happen at SummerSlam. I think we need a big women's match at SummerSlam. Bianca and Jade. And Neil said Gianca. Then is that the couple name?
That's a great name.
I think that fits perfectly into that SummerSlam slot. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to say Alba and Isla are going to come away with the victory here. I do think this maybe will just be like a month-long title reign, like maybe some Money in the Bank, and then Jade and Bianca can get it back. Who knows? But there's like a real life reason why I think maybe they'll win it. I mean, Alba's just recently had a tragic thing happen to her in a family. So maybe do we be willing to maybe give her a title win in a home country in front of her friends and family? Like
that would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be really nice.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
not just for that aspect as well, but I think she deserves it as well.
Yeah,
I think you don't want it to feel like a pity win because of what's happened. You want it to genuinely feel like because she's actually a really great talent and she's
they have worked for it as a tag team as well.
They have,
I said when they got called up, it didn't make sense to me how they weren't already going for that title picture when it was Katana champs and whatever her name is going against them. I was like, well, Alba and Isla should win that easy, and they didn't.
I'm surprised they haven't played into the whole they've cursed the titles more.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they planted the seeds for that. I'm surprised they haven't tapped into that more because if, say, for example, Jade and Bianca were to lose and Alba and Isla were to win, they could say that they cursed the titles and that's how they've lost, blah, blah, blah. I completely agree when it comes to what Reese is saying about, 3 out of 5 of these matches that we're going to be talking about today have Scots in them, and I feel like they would not want to send, the crowd home upset by having all of their countrymen in a match to have them all lose. You want to have at least one match where you've got that maybe hometown payoff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think it totally makes sense. I mean, especially with what happened last time at Clash.
Oh God, no, we don't even go there. I was watching it from New Zealand and I had secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah. I was like, that's great. We all lost. We're all crap, is what you're saying.
I was looking at my watch and I was like, when the fuck is this going to end? Like,
it's just like everyone from England just got battered. I was like, oh great.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for making the British look bad.
Also, quickly, Reese, to your point about when it comes to Bianca and Jade, if they were going to do that at WrestleMania, I feel like if you were going to do that at WrestleMania, you'd need to start planting the seeds for that match at Survivor Series, and that's like another 5-6 months away from where we are now. So that would have a bit of a long build. But in terms of women's talent when it comes to SummerSlam, like we don't have Becky, we don't have Charlotte, we don't have Rhea. We've got barely any of the big names. We might not. I don't know. It's just like maybe
exactly.
That needs
put
to
that big women's match on the card. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you've literally got Bailey and Nia Jax carrying like the higher card status of like main eventers.
Excuse me, you're forgetting somebody.
Who?
Oh, Liv Morgan. Yeah.
No, you're forgetting Tiffany Stratton. Hello.
I've never heard of her. Never heard of her.
Sorry, I thought we haven't seen. We saw her in like a backstage segment. That was it last week. So
Look, she's working with me now, so leave it alone.
yeah.
Don't worry,
We
WWE
need
still
more
running on
Tippy
Tippy
time on
time.
TV.
But also, just to add, G obviously is not with us because she's ill. She's recovering from tonsillitis, but she did give me all her rankings and like who she's predicting. So you lads at the top are going against 3 of us because G also picked Bianca and Jade
Oh,
as the safe option.
right,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, get well. Yeah, by the way, get well, G. We all wish you the best. It's sad to not have you here, but hopefully we'll have you for Clash. Hopefully you're well enough to enjoy Clash, and we'll see you next week for the pod as well.
Yeah. And also to go into it, Lariat, because Reese didn't explain it. He wanted your opinion.
I was about to do a nice little pun. Thank you, Ross.
Do it.
You stole my Tippy time joke, for God's sake.
Do it then.
Should I do it anyway? Yeah, so WWE's Depot still running on Tippy time. Speaking of Tippy time, it's time to tell Lariat about the rules for the podcast.
My God. Russ,
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been great, wouldn't it? But yeah, but no.
All right, I'm sorry. Fucking hell.
Here's my shoes. Here's Ross dancing all over them. Da, 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 da.
Here's Reese's great idea. Here's Ross ruining it.
I just
So-
very slowly tear it away.
And I'm
Oh, for God's sake.
the world's smallest
Jesus,
violin.
I'm going to orange punch you in a minute. Right, anyway, Lariat, listen to this. So, at the moment, the guests on the podcast are doing quite well. So, from the start of the year, we've been obviously having predictions for pay-per-views. All of us have been putting our predictions in, and every single time we've had a guest on, they've also given their predictions. So, to combine, all the pay-per-views, we've combined all the guest predictions and put points on, if they've got them right. Now, you guys are doing quite well, I must admit. Of course, doing absolutely outstanding, and we're all just trying to catch up to her, to be honest with you. I've got a real opportunity
I feel
after
like
this
I'm going to
pay-per-view.
lose my steam at the half point of the year. It's just going to be...
Honestly. So I've just gotten one match out the way for you, but the rest of them count. So make sure you pick smartly, because you're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for every single honoured guest that we've had on this podcast for the past 6 months. So no pressure or anything.
Well, the other 4 I've backed all the winners anyway, so don't worry about that.
Hey.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I want to win, so I don't care what you pick.
Right. Do you want the points as current standing?
I would love the points, Ross. Please give them
Right.
out.
So at the very bottom, Mr. Last is me with 18.5 points.
Wait, how do you get a half point?
I think I got a half point for saying it was by a DQ, but I didn't get called the winner right.
Okay, fair enough.
G and Reese, you guys are in an interesting position of you are tied. But guests, you have 21 points so far. Guests, 21 out of 36. Reese and G, you are tied with 29 out of 36. Leading the fray, Courtney with only 6 wrong. Total is on 30 out of 36.
Oh shit! So basically, what
So
you're saying
close.
is
So close.
I'm probably gonna be last by the end of the year. I
Oh,
reckon.
oh my God! I'm so close.
I am on 18.5. If I get every single one right now for the rest of the year, that is the comeback of the century. There is
But then
no way
you could also lose my scores,
No.
and that's how. And that's how.
Hey, no.
Or maybe I just stop watching wrestling.
What do you mean? I already do that anyway.
Jesus Christ. High stakes indeed. Speaking of high stakes, let's go to a high stakes match. A match that's probably had the best build up to Clash at the Castle since probably the start of the year. This has been going on, to be quite honest with you. Let's go to the Intercontinental Championship match. We've got the champion Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable and seemingly the rest of Alpha Academy. Now, I'm going to start with our guest because I'm just going to switch it up, go with different people to start. So, Lariat, who have you got for this match and why, my friend?
This is the one that I'm really torn on. I am backing Chad Gable to win.
Oh.
And the reason I'm doing that is because I've seen a lot of stuff actually online recently, and it's slightly twisted my thoughts on it. But it does release Sammy then to go for like a world title. Originally, I thought Dominic Mysterio was going to win Money in the Bank. You could now potentially have Sami Zayn win Money in the Bank and go for a world championship opportunity. But I think it also adds a little bit more of a different twist with the whole Otis and Chad aspect, because I think we could also see Otis as Intercontinental Champion eventually as well. I think he's absolutely brilliant. But I think if they don't pull the trigger now on Chad Gable, like, to me, they're just wasting time. And I'm all for long-term storytelling. Don't get me wrong, but they have to do it now with Chad Gable. And
I'm gonna agree with that. Yeah.
Into what's the word? Transitional champion.
I think with Sami Zayn, if Chad Gable beats him now, I don't think this makes Sami Zayn look bad whatsoever. I think there's ways to make to keep Sami Zayn strong. Like you say, I do think he's probably going to go up the card after this, kind of the way Gunther is probably going to do since he's lost the IC title. He's King of the Ring. The next stop for him is the world title, in my opinion. I'm gonna go with Chad Gable as well. Like you say, I think it's either now or never. You've got some people in the mid card who are scratching and clawing up to the IC title. You've got new people that have just arrived on Monday Night Raw, where it would be believable if they won the title right now. For Chad Gable, I don't think there's many more opportunities unless he wins here. Do I think there's going to be shenanigans? Yes, I do think we're going to see in the Creeds. I think they might be assisting Chad Gable. I'm also going to go with Chad Gable on this. I think this is going to be the turning point maybe for Otis as well, and the rest of the Alpha Academy. And I probably think we're going to be seeing either Otis versus Chad at Money in the Bank. I would quite like to see Otis versus Chad at SummerSlam, but Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view, so it's a big enough match to put that on the card. Otis versus Chad for the IC title. That'd be dope. I'm going to go to Court. What do you think?
So I'm a little torn by this match, I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like when it comes to Sami Zayn, I feel like people wouldn't mind him being a transitional champion. I feel like most of his hard-fought battle was getting out of the bloodline and then eventually dethroning Gunther, which we've seen him do that, and he's doing a great job with the IC title. He's had some really great matches, and it's a really great character in that division. However, I do agree with you in saying that I think it is the time to pull the trigger on Chad Gable. We've been teasing it for a very long time. We were teasing it with Gunther. We've been teasing it with Sami. It's like, when are you actually going to go, okay, this is the guy? Because we all know that he can easily hold down that IC division. Yeah. What I personally see happening is maybe a segment at the beginning sometime, and the Alpha Academy being like, look, we can't stand with you during this match. You're going to have to do this on your own. And he's like, okay, fine. Goes out, does the match. And then obviously, as you'd mentioned before, Reese, with the Creeds potentially interfering. And then that conflicts with the Alpha Academy. And they're a little bit like, hey, hold on. Like, we didn't know that you had this plan in the background to help secure your win on the IC title. And then obviously prolonging that feud with him and Otis until at least SummerSlam, because I feel like Triple H, when it comes to these really high-stake moments, he doesn't like, deciding to do it too soon. He feels as though we can build up Otis and Chad a little bit more before he decides to finally have Otis turn on him. So that's potentially for SummerSlam as well. So I'm going to go with Chad Gable on this. Like I said, this is the premium live event this year where I feel like I'm going to get half my shit wrong because I just don't feel confident enough in this show to actually tell you how I feel about it. But I wouldn't mind seeing Chad win. And I also wouldn't mind seeing Sami go up to the main event as well too. I feel like he's more than deserving of it. I feel like he's done a really great job the last couple of years, and has obviously really changed his persona on TV, because I don't like to talk about the conspiracy theory Sami Zayn. I don't acknowledge it. It exists.
I liked it.
He was terrible. I did like the cameraman following him around, but I just thought it was it was such a nothing gimmick that was going to go nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do.
How do you
in the long term, I suppose it kind of ended up paying off, because as soon as he started working with the system, aka Roman, he got pushed. So in the end, he was right.
That was only supposed to be like a couple of cameos with them, right? And then it was Roman and Paul that were like, actually, no, Sami really should stick around. So what
a genius Roman Reigns is what you're saying.
What a backbone he is. What a backbone.
God's sake. By the way, just want to say something about Otis. I love that they actually gave him a real reason why he's sticking behind Chad on Raw. The fact that he lost everything, his peach and his money in the bank. I thought that was cute. So he's holding on to Chad because that's the only thing he's got left because he was there for him. So I thought that was nice.
They keep referencing it on commentary. It's like that Stockholm syndrome. And quite literally, that's what he's going through. He's lost everything, and Chad's only been like the only thing that's been rock solid in his life, and he just doesn't know anything else other than Chad Gable. So the feeling, and I feel like a lot of people can actually relate to that on a personal standpoint. You know, you've got people in your life that you know aren't necessarily good for you, but you stick with them because they've been with you through a lot of things, and it's really hard to see yourself stepping out of that comfort zone and going out on your own. And that's what I think.
That's really true. Yeah, like 100%. I think we all have that person in our life that's like that. Yeah.
I wish I knew, but that's okay.
Ross, what are UNG's predictions? Are you going to make 5 for 5 or?
So G agrees with all of you guys of it being Chad Gable and everything like that. I don't. I still think Sammy comes out on top. I think this is going to be because Otis is going to have that moment of Otis will snap, be the babyface, and go for Chad Gable, which still leads them to have a match at Money in the Bank. And I think the stipulation of that will be a number 1 contender for the Intercontinental match, because you could still have 2 baby faces go against each other. And I think it would be kind of fitting that Otis is trying to get revenge on the guy that's been like in his ear. He's like, no, I need to do something on my own. Have that fallen hero arc, so that makes him a super baby face. And then still, I still think Chad Gable will win, but I think that will happen at Money in the Bank, not at Clash of the Castle.
I do like the angle that you're going for, like, and to be honest, I kind of agree. And like, if it wasn't for the fact that if Chad loses here, this would be like the 5th or 6th time in about 6 months that he's gone for the title and lost.
But does that not fit his storyline of how he's persevered as a person, how long he was that babyface doing the whole shush please, pushing himself? Now he finally has the Creeds back in him, because I also agree the Creeds are going to get involved. Now the Creeds are going to put the extra pressure on him, the extra power he needs. That will push him to finally get this. I've been like, look, now I've got everything I needed.
I think people lose interest. I really do. If he loses again, I think people would lose interest.
This is the moment where I feel like Chad Gable is at his hottest, and I feel like if they fumble this, a lot of people are going to lose faith in the product, and a lot of people, I'm not talking about myself, but I know people that are fickle on the internet. I know a lot of people are going to lose hope and be like, Triple H can't book for shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, like, I know that we always say, give it time, but I feel like this specifically is something where we've given it as much time as we can, and us
it's
really like,
time. Yeah,
we're really, come on, please, like.
I think I'm just coming from the standpoint of, because we've had quite a lot of long-term story booking where the fans have been happy that it has happened. And like, look at the pops that Otis has been getting when he has been doing babyface things, where that pop, I will not get out of my ears when he hit Gable, when it was that whole match at France. I think him genuinely going, nah, screw this, picks him up, power slams him, and hits a worm on him to help Sami Zayn win. I think that'll be a huge moment for Otis more. Gable puts over Otis, and then in full circles, Gable will get to win at Money in the Bank.
I think he's going to turn on him like he did, like Dom did with Ray. He's going to kick him in the nuts. He's going to be like, "You're not my dad."
Give me Gable enters himself in the Money in the Bank match and cashes in for the Intercontinental as payback. Give me that.
That'd be dope. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Or he takes out Otis before Otis gets to get into the match, and then takes his spot.
Yeah, takes Otis' spot. Money in the Bank Gable run would be fucking cool as well. I think everyone's dead set on him being the Intercontinental because that's where he's been booked mainly, but I could still see him as a bigger talent taking on higher belts than just the Intercontinental.
Maybe later on down the line. Like I said, I mean, Court said like she like would stick with the product and all that, but like in terms of Chad Gable, I think my interest would really like disappear. But
I
it is what it is. We'll see what happens at Clash. Like it could go either way. To be honest with you, I think I have faith that they'll book it correctly. I just hope that they make the right decision. Speaking of making decisions, and the decision is who is going to say the words "I quit." Let's go to the undisputed WWE Championship. We have got AJ Styles, aka Mark Henry, challenging the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, for the WWE Championship. Now, Ross, I'm going to go with you first. You and G have got predictions, and I want you to tell me who's going to win and why.
So the Cody AJ match, G's put Cody. I've put AJ.
Oh.
You're not looking to pick up many points this week, are you, Ross?
AJ has in history won every single I Quit match in every company he has been in. He has won every single one.
Okay. Like, have you got a reason why you think he's going to win this one, or?
Because he's won every single I Quit match. I don't bet against him. He's got the Good Brothers. They're all going to get involved. Cody's freaking had this whole everyone's fickle. No one cares for his title run at the moment. Like, just give it AJ. Just give it AJ.
Fair enough.
You can't. How are you not actually happy I've said AJ Styles because you don't care for Cody Rhodes?
I'm buzzing. I mean, I don't give a crap about Cody Rhodes, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't see him saying I quit because America. To be honest,
the show's not happening.
You know what I mean?
That's the problem.
Like no, I just don't see it happening. This is difficult because I don't see how, unless you bring Brandy or Pharaoh out and threaten to hit them with a chair like they did with Beth Phoenix against Edge. I don't see how Cody's going to say I quit. I don't see how that's going to happen.
That was the example I was going to give as well.
Yeah. Or they could go the old school Mick Foley, The Rock thing back in the day where, they recorded Mick's voice.
They actually be so funny.
It would be funny. It would be great. I don't see it happening. I just don't. I think it would really undermine what WWE are trying to do. I think it would mean WrestleMania was pointless, to be honest. I don't know. I'm going with Cody, and that makes me throw up in my mouth saying that because I'd love nothing more than to lose. Larry, who have you got, dude?
I'm in a similar situation with you. I kind of echo your comments. I've never ever been a Cody fan. I just haven't been, but that's because I was, and I still am, a massive Roman fan. Like I just am. Cody wins here because, like you said, WrestleMania would have been a waste of time. We've also been teased Cody versus The Rock for this title, whatever it's going to be. Now, it doesn't need to have the title for a match like that, but in my eyes, I always go back to WrestleMania. They cannot have him win and defeat Roman Reigns to then lose it months after. He has to carry that title all the way to WrestleMania next year. And I think I know who he would fight or have a match with next year at WrestleMania. I'd like to see him versus Randy Orton. But yeah, there's just no way Cody loses here, purely on the basis of that. And Cody versus Randy is what I want more than anything. This is just, I think, I'm trying to keep this as short and sweet as I can really with my answer. The differences between Cody and Roman is that Roman was able to put on cinema matches and create these, memorable moments. Cody can't do that, unfortunately. So the only way he tops it and becomes this incredible champion is if he has banger matches. He's had them so far. He had one against Logan Paul. He's had one against AJ Styles. Those two matches have been absolutely incredible. There's no harm adding another AJ match in. There's no harm in that. But yeah, for me, it's a Cody win.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I mean, I would love AJ to have another title run before he retires. I would love nothing more. 2016 AJ for me is one of my favorite runs in WWE history. Like, I mean, I'm genuinely saying that seriously. Like, I loved it so much. The house that AJ Styles built, so good. That run was unbelievable. But yeah, I just don't see it happening. Like, Court, do you agree, or are you going in a different direction?
I feel like with AJ, it is a case of right person, wrong time for the title. I feel like if it wasn't somebody like Cody holding the belt, I reckon you could make a bigger case, and it would probably be more likely for AJ to actually win the title.
That's a perfect description. That is a perfect description.
I completely echo what you guys are saying in terms of if Cody was to lose, that would make basically 2 years of WrestleMania just not mean anything in terms of storytelling. And I feel like, as you said earlier, Reese, when it comes to a babyface and an I Quit match, the only way you're ever going to get them to say I quit is if you put their family in danger, or if you record them saying I quit, and then that's an unfair win, basically. But if you're going to do that, then we basically have a third match with AJ, and you're going to have people complaining, well, Cody's putting on great matches, but you've had him go against the same person 3 times. You've got no credible contenders for him, whereas like this is supposed to be the title run to show that there are credible contenders to go up against Cody. So I'm going with Cody for my pick. I feel like, as we said, we're not going to spend a year and a half, 2 years building him up for WrestleMania wins to not have it mean anything. And obviously we've got matches down the line we'd love to see him be a part of as the champion. With AJ, it's really hard because I do want him to become world champion again. Honestly, I reckon if he had been drafted to Monday Night Raw by himself, I reckon he would have had more of a chance to go for the world title, because SmackDown just feels like it's, Cody's home in terms of he's going to be the champion. There's not really going to be anybody else coming through that feels like they can have that title off of him. Whereas with Raw, there is a little bit more leniency to, you can see multiple people winning that title on that side. Like, you've got your Drews, your Damians, your CM Punks, your Gunther's, your Seth, you've got all these people that could potentially have that World Heavyweight Championship, whereas right now it just feels like the undisputed title is Cody's and Cody's only. And I don't like that feeling. I like when it feels like you've got a person that goes up against the champion that you're actually
up in the air.
They could do that. I literally have no idea how this is going to go, but to me it just feels like a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yeah, like no doubt it's going to be a great match, but I already know what's going to happen. I mean, maybe they subvert our expectations, but I just don't see that happening, really.
Yeah, I feel like also when it comes to it, people are going to go ahead and complain for however long. Like, well, when is there actually going to be a person that looks like they can dethrone Cody Rhodes? Like, who is that person going to be? Because they haven't got anybody built up to that point yet.
Ted DiBiase Jr. Clearly.
What was that?
I said Ted DiBiase Jr. Clearly.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the main event at WrestleMania next year.
That's a triple threat.
Yeah. Ted DiBiase Jr., Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes. Let's go.
You should have like a cinematic match for Cody Rhodes, all of his different gimmicks during WWE.
Dashing, undashing, Stardust, yeah.
Oh, I love that he gave the mask to JC Jane, by the way.
Oh, yeah, JC Jane got the mask, yeah.
Love it.
I thought that was great.
Just to add to my comment of AJ never winning an I Quit match, he went against Booker T and TNA in I Quit, won that. Also went against Tommy Dreamer, won that. Also went against Christopher Daniels and won that. He's gone against like literally top tier talent in I Quit matches and still won.
So are you saying that Cody Rhodes is a top tier talent?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, but Ross. Ross, America.
Yeah.
It's not happening in America. They might do this to upset the American fans. They're already upset because of the time of the event.
They're just two Georgia boys going at each other, man.
You can't make the statement of America when they are literally from
the exact
same town and exact same state.
He literally has the American flag all over him, like when he comes out.
And you are telling me AJ Styles is not pure America? I'm from Texas. Man believed in a flat earth. What do you mean?
That is a moment that will forever haunt me. I loved AJ, and then he said that, and I'm like, wow, you really be saying some dumb shit sometimes.
Yeah, flat Earth theory. That's
He-
just
he-
ridiculous.
He ruined his own theory that he had to fly all the way down to Australia to cause a fire.
I still can't believe he did that. Fucking
No, he got
wild.
some climbing gear. He had to like scale underneath the Earth to get there.
Yeah.
No, but
Do you think-
Sorry, you were saying.
No, carry on.
I was just saying they kept that with AJ going to Australia a massive secret because I saw this thing on Facebook that someone was basically complaining because they saw AJ on the streets, wanted to get a picture taken with him, and AJ was like, "I literally can't. Like nobody knows that I'm here." I was like, "Okay." I was okay.
Some might say they did a phenomenal job in hiding it.
Oh, for God's sake, you've been. Oh my God. I think this is because you haven't hosted for a long time, so you've got all this like built-up excitement.
Oh no, yeah, I love hosting. It's great. I can say all my crap jokes and transitions. It's amazing.
I was gonna say he's just been writing the jokes down in preparation for when he hosts again. Paul, did you say Cody for yours? Because I kind of missed your one in that.
Yeah, I said Cody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everyone said Cody except for you, Ross.
Did it reluctantly. I said Cody.
Do you think?
I went.
Cody's
I
main
with gritted
event-
teeth. Like, what do you say, Larry?
Do you truly believe that Cody Rhodes is main event?
Yeah.
As in
No.
like main event standard? Because I really
No.
don't.
I don't. No. I think maybe
need-
as a Homelander heel, maybe,
Yeah,
but not
Right,
as this
I agree.
white meat cookie cutter baby face that just
Right.
comes out and says the same promo essentially every week.
I'm gonna put it blunt because this is the thing that's always going to annoy me about this. Cody Rhodes has always been the full package for a long time since he touched Japan, got to do the heel work in Japan with the Bullet Club. He was a full package then. He had the moveset, he had the music, he had the mic work. As soon as you turn around, took him to AEW, made him TNT champion because you gave him a stupid stipulation of never letting him fight for the world championship early in the storyline. You ruined half his character. He had to stick as a babyface to be a TNT champion because that's your television champion. That's I have to look good on camera. I have to please everyone. When he went to WWE, they were happy because they know his product still being PG. We're going to take Cody Rhodes as the TNT. I'm a babyface. I can cut a really wholesome promo. My music makes everyone go, whoa, you're meant to love me. I agree with you guys. Cody Rhodes does not feel as good as we know he can be, because his heel work has arguably been some of the best. I would argue if Cody Rhodes got to be as unhinged as he was when he was in Japan, when he was in Ring of Honor, he would put MJF through some tough situations in stipulations of the mic work, because Cody was that damn good. You ever want to see Cody's best ever promo? Go watch the New Japan one where he won the New Japan US title, where he talked about how it was personal to him because Juice Robinson was getting referred to as Dusty's kid, and he was his actual kid. You see the heart, you see the passion, you see how he is pissed off. And I don't get how we don't get more of that. I get people say Homelander because of obviously he dresses like Homelander, but I just want him back to the old school American nightmare that he was. The leather jackets, the cigar smoking. Oh, I've got a hot wife. I'm badass. Deal with it. That's
Listen.
I want.
The reason why I say the Homelander thing is because what he's doing right now would literally work better as a heel. Like he would, presidential candidate wearing his suit. I'm the face of this company. Arsehole, smarmy heel. It would work so well. And right, I'm going to say it blunt. You said it blunt. I'm going to say it bluntly as well. Right. 2 reasons why I don't like Cody Rhodes, and one of them is not even his fault. Number one, 90% of the people who come out and do a promo against Cody Rhodes only have one thing to say, and it is, "I knew your dad."
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
I knew your dad, and something make him proud. That's literally 90% of anyone who has a promo to say about him. And the second reason I don't like him, I said this before WrestleMania, and I'm saying it now. And you're seeing this with fickle Cody fans. We want Roman. We want Roman. After the story was complete, WWE have no idea what they want to do with Cody. They have no idea. He is directionless. No one knows what he's going to do. Oh, I'll just show up in NXT. He talks about like settling some business in NXT. He literally fucking spoke to Ethan Page for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, It was
I'm sorry.
nothing.
I'm sorry, but that picture with all four of them is fucking iconic, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
No,
It was
the picture's
funny and it was
iconic.
great. It was
picture
great
was
for a
great.
moment. It was great. Listen, it was
It was
great for a
awesome.
moment. Okay, it was great for a moment. But I thought we were past making moments in WWE.
Yeah.
I thought we were about storytelling. Like,
We can both.
well, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get what their plan is with Cody. He's just the smiley guy who just shows up on all the brands and goes, "Hi guys, I'm the champion." It's like I don't care.
This is also my argument: is you have a whole new bloodline building up on your brands that you're the champion of, that are arguably worse than the original bloodline you fought.
Who has your name in their mouth? Why aren't you doing anything?
Why are you just sat there letting other people you're good with get beat the shit out of? You haven't defended Kevin Owens, you haven't came and helped him, you haven't defended Randy Orton, and you haven't came and helped him. Those are two of your guys that backed your case when the original bloodline were fucking you over. Why are you not helping them there? I don't get that.
I have an answer for that. I think Cody is trying to find a pastel suit that fits him, and then when we see him in the pastel suit, we'll see the heel turn. Maybe, I don't know.
It's just ridiculous, and I'm over it. I'm already over it. And I said this before WrestleMania. You have got a situation which exactly happened how I said it was going to happen, and I also said Cody fans are going to turn on Cody because the story, the build-up was better than the result. Because now that Roman's gone, people miss him all of a sudden, even though they were sick of him. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's really, and that's not me as a Roman fan saying that. That's me as a wrestling fan recognizing there is a giant hole in the fucking company that they've not been able to fill with a guy who doesn't have any gimmick except for I have blonde hair and smile and wear suits.
So you could be the next Cody Rhodes, is what you're telling me.
The only thing I'm missing is the suit. Yeah, I even make the crappy jokes. Like you know, America.
I mean, you're also missing the ring work, but yeah.
I'm great in the ring, dude. You've never seen me graps. You never seen me hit the graps. Right, let's get back to the graps. Let's get back to the graps because we're just going completely off. We're going completely off topic now. We're doing the same thing we do every single week, and it's me ranting about Cody Rhodes, and it's unhealthy. It's not good for any of us.
We should get you a cardboard cutout of Cody Rhodes. You can put it in your room.
No, I'm going to set it on fire.
Don't do that.
That's got to be a forfeit for sure.
Yeah. Do you think he'll get set on fire at Clash?
Oh, here's open.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the Yummy Mummy.
Let's talk about the Yummy Mummy defending the WWE Women's Championship against Piper Niven. Now, this is a match that seemingly is a foregone conclusion, in my opinion. I'm just going to give my opinion now because I've not gone first, and then I'll let you go. I like that Piper Niven's having a match in her home country. I like the fact that she's having a main event match. I think she's one of the most underutilized talents on the main roster.
Say it again for the people in the back.
You what?
Say it again for the people in the back.
I said she's one of the most underutilized people on the main roster. And she plays second fiddle to Chelsea Green, which is fine because Chelsea Green's an amazing talent herself, but I think people have forgotten who Viper is. Unfortunately, it's not the time or the place for Piper Niven because we're getting to SummerSlam, we're getting to Bayley versus Nia Jax. So my opinion, the Yummy Mummy, hey Bayley, I want to know if you'll be my girl is winning and retaining the championship. That's just my opinion. Ross, what do you and G think?
So G has put Yummy Mummy retaining Bayley. Obviously, G is going to be biased to Bayley. You saw her reaction when she won. She loves Bayley and just where Bayley is currently going with the storyline. I'm also Bayley, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Piper Niven did win. I'd love to see a Piper Nia Jax match because that is just powerhouses in the women's division going against each other. And I think that is a SummerSlam worthy match because I'm sorry, the shit they could do in the ring would be incredible, especially because Piper Niven can also do high-flying moves, and Nia Jax is now also trying to be more nimble in the ring and doing more let's climb the top rope type of stuff. But yeah, like as you guys said, I've been a huge Piper fan. I watched her in Stardom. I've watched her in NXT UK before she even got onto the main roster. So yeah, I definitely feel like she's underutilized. I've saw the potential she can do. I loved the promo she did against Bailey as well. The whole you didn't know anything about my story. I put Scotland on the map. So yeah, this match is great, but as you lot all said, we're leading to Bailey Nia. We already had the seeds planted of that so early on when Nia was drafted and then jumped Bailey. I can't see them deciding we're not going to do that storyline now. So yeah, Bailey to retain.
Yeah, man. Okay, Court, what do you think?
I agree. I feel like Bailey's winning, and I also feel like it is a foregone conclusion. I do not like how when they have a talent that is from the country that the show is happening in, that it feels like they only give them 1 week of actually, let me show you why I'm a credible contender for this title, just to have them lose. I really liked Piper's promo. I wish she had more on the mic time like that and not always have Chelsea Green speak for her and just be Chelsea Green's, bodyguard in a sense, because Piper can speak. I really liked the way Piper was like, actually, you've got no idea anything to do with me. You don't know what I'm capable of. You don't know what I've done before here, which for all of those people that had no idea what she's done before coming to the main roster, you definitely should go and have a look because she's incredibly phenomenal in the ring at what she does. I'm really disappointed in WWE because I feel like she's only getting this moment and then she's going to get pushed back down the card again. And I don't like that. It's really disappointing to see a week and a half of let's care about her. Let's make her look like she could beat Bailey, but she's not going to. And I feel like the way that Piper came across in the promo was quite babyface. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the babyface heel dynamic works in this match because as we know, Bailey is a babyface. And obviously Bailey's going to get cheered because people love her over in Europe, but then also people are going to cheer for Piper because she's from Scotland. So it's going to be very interesting how that dynamic in the ring works in terms of who they're going to cheer and who they're going to boo.
That's true.
Yeah, I just want more for Piper Niven. I've known her potential this whole time, and I just hate having to.
I think we all do.
Remind people about how great she actually is. It's just it's getting really draining at this point. It's really draining.
I agree. Yeah, I don't want to be a background character anymore. Larry, are you on the same page as us, or are you gonna champ for the hometown girl?
No, this is one that I kind of ticked off the list straight away. Unfortunately, Bailey retains here, and because I can't really say much more than what's been said. I think we've seen a Bailey versus Nia Jax. I think if Nia Jax wasn't in the situation and wasn't in the picture at the moment, I think we could be possibly saying something different. But I think Nia Jax is Bailey's biggest threat at the moment in the company. And as Court said, you can't really give her a week and a half to produce a promo, albeit it was an incredible promo.
It was fantastic.
She's just not going to take the title. And it's also not fair. But what I think it will do is I think WWE over the last couple of months seem to have listened to the fans a little bit more. So my idea of this would be, let's see how she does in this match. Triple H, will see how the crowd will react to her. If she does well, you know what? Let's give her a tag team title run with Chelsea Green. Let them be champions and really push them up the card. Because I think that's what we'll get over the next year or two. In my opinion, I think that's what will happen anyway. But for this match, it's set in stone.
I agree, and honestly, I think Piper Niven is one of those women who would benefit the most from a women's mid-card title. I'd love to see that for her. Like people like her, Nia, Chelsea. I think them fighting over a mid-card title would be great.
What annoys me in this whole situation is Rhea was champ for so long, and Piper and Rhea had arguably one of the longest feuds in NXT UK, and then never utilized when
they literally were like on the main roster. These two people literally had no idea.
And they were and she was on Raw at the time, and then Rhea kept going from Raw to SmackDown to Raw, Raw and SmackDown because she could. She just. But
you also have to remember that this was a time where Piper Niven was not known as Piper Niven; she was known as Doudrop. And I've never seen Doudrop and Rhea Ripley in the same room. I've only ever seen Piper Niven and Rhea Ripley in the same.
No, and I get that, but I'm just saying for like people who need to go back and see some of Piper's stuff and know about this, as soon as they actually see those, are going to have the exact same reactions we do. Why not go to what's comfortable and what we know works on the main roster? If you want to build someone credible like Piper Niven, put her in the ring with people she knows she's good against. Her and Rhea would tear it up. People are going to watch. NXT UK crowd was some of the loudest when Piper and like Rhea went for it. You've got like it's the same again. Other matches we can easily speak about. There's other people that are on that roster now that aren't being utilized that would arguably tear the house down. How have you not got Tegan versus Dakota Kai at the moment? Because Tegan being a babyface and Dakota Kai being a heel. What's going on there?
What is even going on? Like, I don't want to sound rude, but what is even going on with Tegan Nox these days? Like,
no, exactly.
We make such a big deal about all these different people being drafted to different brands. The biggest example I can think of is Giovanni Vinci, and I made a video about this a couple of weeks ago. Where the hell is he? Like, we have not seen anything. We don't even know if this man is even alive or not anymore since his draft.
Apparently, it's an undisclosed injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. They made this huge deal about it, and then they make a big deal about people swapping brands, and then you don't see these people for 6 months. That's my biggest problem with the people like Piper Niven is like, we know how great she is. We want WWE to push her. But it seems as though she's got a reserved seat in catering 6 months out of the year and just sits there waiting for an opportunity, which I can completely respect her waiting for her time. But it's just like, this is why I've been saying for such a long time, and I will continue to say this until they actually do this. A women's mid-card title is absolutely necessary. It is necessary for all these women who you don't want to push to the main event just yet, who we want to see. You want to give us more time. You want to go ahead and do all these things like giving us WWE speed. I don't want WWE speed. I don't want 3-minute matches. I want women to be featured more. I want them to have more opportunity instead of having to feel like we have this list of people that we're ticking off to who gets the main title. And then when they don't, they get dropped down to the bottom of the list and have to wait. And there's nothing for them to do. That's why a mid-card title is so necessary. It'll give so many women something to do. And I feel like Piper could easily be one of your inaugural champions. Like, it's just... It frustrates me so much when there's somebody like a Piper Niven who we know what she can do. She works her ass off. She takes every opportunity that she is given and does everything that she can and is still not getting the reward and the payoff that she needs. She also needs her theme song changed because I'm so sick of it.
I think everyone at this point needs a theme song change. That is a huge fucking conversation for another day. Or like, definitely, I think we need a podcast just to talk about the theme songs. Yeah. But you're right. I think you're definitely right about the mid-card championship, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Piper Niven after this show. There is something that we're about to get to that is going to be very interesting to see, and it's going to be very interesting to see the fallout of this next match. I am talking, of course, about the World Heavyweight Championship. We have got El Champion, or should I say El Campeon, however you want to say it, Damian Priest. Without the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day are banned from ringside.
Yeah.
Going against Drew McIntyre, the hometown boy. Now, Larry, I'm going to start with you because you're going to be there and it's probably going to be in the main event. Who have you got and why?
Well, it should be the main event, but that's all good.
That's true. Who have I got for this one? Damian Priest wins this one. The reason why is I think we've seen a three-peat with not any wrestlers in particular, but Drew McIntyre gets a three-peat. So we had the WrestleMania moment where he won the title and it got stripped off him straight away within 5 minutes. We've then got this that's happening. I don't think he wins, but I think it's a massive opportunity again for him to win, and he doesn't get it. I think then we get I don't know how long the build-up will be, but there'll be some sort of build-up where he has this kind of redemption match and finally gets his win. That all being said, he deserves his credit from what happened in 2020 with the whole lockdown era. Like, he was champion in front of absolutely nobody and deserves his flowers. In my opinion, it should have been WrestleMania because what bigger stage to have it on? It comes full circle. But the reason why he won't win is because as much as Judgment Day are banned from the ring, one man isn't. and that is CM Punk. And we see CM Punk
Yeah.
in some sort of way.
Sorry, but the tagline has been here this whole time.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Well, seeing as though the tagline is there, Court, I'm going to go to you. I don't even think I need to ask you, because who have you got and why?
So this is a scenario that this is not my prediction here, but this is a scenario that I would love to see play out. I'd love to see Drew McIntyre win the title, sit on the barricade, camera looking straight at him, blows a kiss. Because do you know who that reference is in that case if he does that?
Yeah.
How better of a way to piss off CM Punk than do that when it comes to winning the title, pulling out his move, and then adding to the grudge match that they have? I feel like that's just a moment in my mind that lives rent-free, and I'd love to see it. However, I feel like Damian Priest is retaining. I feel like, as Lariat said, this is going to be an opportunity for Drew to almost win, and then he doesn't get it. And then maybe at Money in the Bank, he has like one last chance to win the title before he eventually goes up against CM Punk. I know that Judgment Day is barred from ringside, but I feel like CM Punk is very much going to get involved and cost Drew the match in some way, shape, or form. I feel like Drew could have easily been the champion at WrestleMania if he celebrated in front of the fans and then didn't ruin the moment by letting his ego get the best of him in front of CM Punk. If he didn't do that, he'd probably be World Heavyweight Champion right now. But
Yep.
like that's all leading to that match that they have eventually with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. So yeah, my prediction for this is Damian Priest. I feel like he's going to continue to go and, take that championship to greater heights. And like I say, I feel like Judgment Day not being present, it's not going to tamper with his win at all, because I feel like he can still do anything without the Judgment Day being present. Because Judgment Day, correct me if I'm wrong, were they present at Backlash? Did they help at Backlash?
Yeah, they were, yeah. Yeah. What did you say, Ross?
They helped him retain.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
I feel like he doesn't need them to help, though.
That's
I'm going to get to what I think is going to happen in a minute, but I don't think that he needs him to retain either. But Ross and G, what do you think?
So G put Drew McIntyre winning. I also am the same as G. I feel Drew McIntyre is winning. This is the only Scot that is winning. And G also did say a Pepsi Phil interference could happen, but Drew McIntyre still comes out on top. Right. But for
I love how her and I have the same mindset, Pepsi Phil.
But this is where I'm coming from. This ties back to Backlash. The seeds were planted where Damien didn't like the fact Judgment Day came and helped. He pushed them away and got very angry with them. They are barred from ringside this time. So he's like, cool, I don't have to worry about them. Who picked up the key card?
We don't talk about that.
Mr. Finn Balor. No,
we don't talk about that. No, I've lost respect for my boy after that.
No,
you as a happily married man, and you out here taking women's key cards.
Listen, Finn Balor was the person who lost to get them barred from ringside. Liv Morgan is not a part of Judgment Day. What's not to say he picked up the key card to cash in a favor, saying, remember when I helped you? This is the time you help me. Go help Damien. Which won't help. It'll be a distraction. I think Liv Morgan's going to cost it. Have the whole match kick off. Damien's going to be like, what the hell are you doing here? And then that's how Drew gets it with a 3-2-1 Claymore kick.
See, I do think there's going to be interference, but I think it's going to go down a little bit of a different way. I didn't even think about that, so that's a good idea. Now, the way I see it happening is I think Carlito is going to try and get involved because he's technically not part of the Judgment Day.
He's technically not, yeah. That was
so. Here's what I think, and I can picture this happening. Carlito is going to be on the apron. The referee's trying to get him down. Damian Priest is shouting at him like, "What are you doing out here? You're like, I don't want any help. I don't want any of you as a part of this." While this is going on in one corner, Drew's in the other corner, just waiting for Damian to turn around and hit the Claymore. CM Punk slides in the ring and hits the GTS.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Damian Priest turns around, doesn't see that CM Punk's hit the GTS and thinks, what the hell has just happened? So he has plausible deniability because he didn't ask CM Punk to do it, and he also didn't see the interference, so he isn't technically capitalizing on it, right?
Yeah.
Damian Priest then hits the South of Heaven for the 1-2-3. I think that's how it's going to go down.
There are
I
many
just- I
shenanigans
like
that can
that.
go on.
I like
Many
that.
shenanigans.
What
Yeah.
if CM Punk doesn't come out, but we hear Broken Dreams come out and it distracts
Yeah,
McIntyre?
yeah. People have been saying that
the
Broken
whole
Dreams gets
dream
played
of
out.
becoming champion, and then it's a pun on words, but Broken Dreams. Like, I'm here to shatter everything you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And he's not even.
Oh,
doesn't
Shattered
even
Dreams.
have
I
to
think they
do
should
it.
play the Goldust theme song then.
Yeah.
Goldust is just on the apron like.
I would also love the factor of a Mr. I Believe appears just for the fun
Oh
of it.
God, no! Please.
Did
no.
you hear
Yeah.
Pat McAfee say it when Damien came out?
Yeah,
He went ahead
that's
and
my
said,
point.
"Say his name and he appears."
I literally I said this a couple of days ago. I said this last week. I said this we were talking about like the TNA matches. I'm sorry, but I've been calling this shit for a long time. WWE, you need to start paying me for the ideas because they're watching the podcast. They're not telling us that they're watching the podcast. They're like, oh, this girl Courtney clearly knows what she's talking about. And then they take my ideas like a week later. Did I not say with the AJ thing that they were going to potentially tease a retirement?
Yeah.
And literally the next week, they fucking did it. Like, I'm sorry.
You're on the writer's board.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I wish I was, because then I'd write Cody Rhodes some better stories. And you would like that.
I would love that. It'd be great. Yes, please hire her then. In that case, I'm down for that. 100%. Just for the record, I do think Damien is winning this. Like I said, I could picture what I've just said happening. Carlito distracting Damien, the ref, and Drew, because he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it, and then CM Punk comes out. GTS.
I do like that.
I would like to say, I would also like to think that what would be cool as well is maybe we don't even see CM Punk. Like, it's just a guy in a hoodie who hits a GTS. And it's actually not Punk. Maybe it'd be Finn. I don't know.
Oh, don't play with me like that.
Well, no,
I think that would be cool.
We've also been teasing this whole Finn Balor, Damian Priest thing for however long.
Yeah. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan just had me some kind of way on Monday, I swear to God.
You were the one who got that bloody key card. I'm telling you that.
He was not getting. Finn picked it up for me. I sent him a text.
As I said in the review, I do not like stories where you feel like you have to sexualize everything. Just show me why you're a great wrestler. Just put your fucking skills in the ring. I don't care about.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry. No. I was watching that segment. I was watching that segment like.
That should be me. That's what you were thinking. Why was it not me?
Bro went to find his inner Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me.
Dom turns around to Finn, like, because he's taking Liv, like Anakin style, like, you turned her against me.
Has anyone actually checked up on Rhea to see how she's doing?
I know.
All of this stuff
I know.
I feel bad for her, man.
Nah, she's Gossip Girl. She's making all this happen in the background.
XOXO.
And that's why I love Rhea Ripley, because she's always 4 steps ahead of the game.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
They planned this all ahead of the game, you know.
I feel like pure shit. Just want Rhea Ripley back.
Oh, well, speaking of the game, it will be time to play the game on Saturday. Hey, Clash at the Castle. I can't believe we've gotten through the card so quickly, to be honest with you. 5 matches there, 5 bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any final thoughts that you guys want to say about Clash at the Castle? Is there any other things that you think will be happening? Any other special events or, anything?
Yeah, I think they're gonna tease more of this TNA crossover throughout, like the pay-per-view and stuff. Obviously, because we're in NXT next week, we've got the 25-man battle royal, and they've said people to locker rooms. So I definitely think TNA is going to be some of them. Matt Hardy already made a tweet alluding that Matt Hardy is going to come through to NXT. So I think that'll be really cool. WWE are literally trying to claw Mustafa Ali back because they've saw his progress outside with TNA and really want him. So I think we could see some like little teasers of who potentially would be coming to the NXT.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely think the Joe Hendry thing, everyone's blowing out of proportion. I think it'd be fucking awesome if he did rock up, because I'm a massive Joe Henry stan. But I think it's just we're overbooking, for the sake of overbooking for fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it actually happens, and then you can eat your words.
Oh,
Next
bro!
week.
If it actually happens, I will openly go on. I'll make a TikTok, which I rarely fucking do now. I will openly be like, "Look, I was wrong. I said Joe Hendry weren't going to show up. I had my words."
Fair enough.
Larry, dude, have you got any thoughts? Because you're going to be there.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think the atmosphere will top the whole card, if I'm honest. I
Mm.
think
Yeah.
after what we saw at Backlash with the French, I think it's going to be something that they're really going to want to push for, as if to say, we've always been known as the loudest crowd, the Raw after Mania. It's always the UK, audience that seem to be the loudest. So I think the atmosphere is going to be incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing some more Bo Dallas and some YS6 teasers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just to even hear like Nightbird just being played. Like I've literally been playing that on repeat recently, which is the theme song.
Crazy weird song.
It is, but I'm hooked. I'm so hooked on it at the moment. The other kind of thought that I potentially had this week, but it hasn't happened, is that we're going to get potentially some sort of face-to-face with LA Knight and Logan Paul, but that obviously doesn't seem to be happening. They're keeping that for another pay-per-view, maybe.
I think they're holding that back till Money in the Bank, because I think that'll draw people in for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm thinking SummerSlam, to be honest, because it's in Cleveland, his hometown.
I mean, that's also true. It's a difficult one for LA Knight and Logan Paul, because you don't want to sit them on like making Logan Paul look like he's not a defending champion, by being like LA Knight.
Because he's not.
No, I know, but I mean, you don't want another situation where fans start becoming fickle or not enjoying this feud because, what's the point of having this feud? Because this guy's never gonna be here.
Yeah.
And that's happened. That's what happened with a lot of Roman Reigns' end storyline. Even though he was putting on banger after banger, people were like, I don't really care for it because he never really is here to defend it, or he just rocks up for the pay-per-view. There's no real story there.
Hey. You watch what you're saying.
Hey, I'm just saying what other fans are saying. I'm not saying what I respectively felt. I'm just saying what other people were saying. But it was the case. There were a lot of times where Roman would only rock up really for the pay-per-view or 2 weeks before the actual feud was meant to start. And I think a lot of the issue is that could happen with Logan as well. But it might play into the fact of Logan's got a busy schedule. Is this social media influence? He's doing this, that, and the other. But it cripples LA Knight, in my opinion, because LA Knight still has this current momentum ever since Money in the Bank and the hotness people wanted him winning originally. So I don't get why you're not lining him up for Money in the Bank to get the briefcase or then go SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, give him another Money in the Bank shot.
It's going to be interesting to see about Money in the Bank this year. I actually can't really call who's going to win it on the men's side, but I mean, I suppose that's a conversation for. Go on.
The fact that we've had Jay, Ludwig, and Sheamus all basically declare themselves to want to be part of Money in the Bank, and qualifying matches actually start this week as well.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys caught that on Raw this week, but yeah, the qualifying matches start next week. I'd actually love to see like Ludwig and Tiffany both win it.
So would I. I wouldn't mind seeing Ludwig win it. But I do want to see a Frankensteiner off the top of the ladder.
I was like, holy shit! Like that's actually like something I could definitely see.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'd love to see a Braun Breaker win, just because I'd love to see the absolute mess he would put into like the ladder match.
Because I'm still emotional after what happened on Monday. I literally sent you pictures, Ross, as I was watching it.
I know.
I sent Ross a picture of me like crying. I was like, I feel like I've just witnessed a murder.
Well, you basically did.
I love Braun. I love Braun so much, man. Like he's been so good on the main roster lately. But Court, have you got any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Not really. I would love to say that I'm more excited for this premium live event than I actually am. I'm feeling a bit about it. Like I'll happily watch it, but I feel like I've been experiencing a bit of a WrestleMania hangover as of late. And I feel like a lot of the shows that have been coming after WrestleMania, like while they have been amazing in their own right, and it's also like great to always just watch live wrestling, I'm a bit burnt out of PLEs, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'll still happily watch, but I just feel like this card's going to be great. The matches are going to be great. I think personally, I'm just quite burnt out with wrestling. So
I can understand that.
WWE
I think
can
everyone
help me with
gets
that.
there
I don't know.
sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's because we've had Backlash, and now we've got this. Oh, we had Night of Champions, and now we've got this, and very much it feels like a 6-week window. It feels like a lot going on all at once.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in as well. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, if you watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, like that's 7 hours of wrestling a week. That's a lot without pay-per-view. So people get burnt out sometimes. Like, and that's fine.
And that's just one company. Imagine watching multiple companies.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and if you watch AEW, TNA, and everything else, and Jesus Christ, like, so I can understand it. But I'm excited for Clash at the Castle. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to see the matches. I'm excited to watch it with friends. I'm sure everyone's going to have a lot to say about it. If you guys have anything to say about it, let us know in the comments. Make sure you leave a like on the video and hit the thumbs up video, or on the video, should I say. Larry, before we wrap up, man, do you want to plug yourself? Do you want to say what you're going to be doing this weekend? Any content coming out?
Yeah, so I am going to Clash this weekend. So I'm heading up tomorrow. I'll be meeting up with Johnny Goldsmith, which I'm looking forward to. I haven't seen him since... I actually can't remember the last time we actually spoke in person. So yeah, we're going to be doing lots of content. We've got a few things planned, but it will just be a case of see what happens when we get there. I'm going down to the Superstore on the Saturday morning. They're opening up 8 till 9. They're doing some sort of like creator content morning, which I'm really looking forward to actually, because it means that I might be able to get my hands on a jersey, which I really want.
Nice.
Yeah, other than that, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, just appreciate you guys having me on. The only place you can find me is on TikTok, which is LariatWrestling. Nice.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's the best place to put content apart. Well, they're in YouTube, to be honest with you. Speaking of the jersey, I really want one of them as well. So I'm going to try and get my hands on one of them somehow. But like I said, guys, it's been an absolutely amazing podcast this week. I can't wait for the Clash at the Castle. Can't wait for next week NXT 25-man Battle Royal. That's going to be interesting to see as well. Like I said, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of that content. I review it. Check out my review from yesterday. Check out Courtney's amazing review from Tuesday covering Monday Night Raw. And I'm sure Ross and RG, or any combination of those people are going to be covering SmackDown Friday night tomorrow or Saturday morning. So that's going to be. It's Ross. It doesn't work with, it doesn't really work. DDP's was better, but, I tried. I don't know if any of us are going to be going live for Clash at the Castle, or we're definitely going to be making content about it. So obviously, stay tuned for that. And go follow us on X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Outcasted OC. All of our individual links will be in the description down below as well if you want to check out any of our individual content, because I'm pretty sure we're all going to be putting our predictions on our channels as well. But for now, guys, hope you've had an absolutely amazing Thursday. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Enjoy your Iron Brew. Enjoy your Scottish pay-per-view. And I'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace.